Okay, field learning. This is Social Work 420, and the question for Module 11 is, who would be the hardest person for you to communicate with and why? Well, that's an easy one. We've talked about this earlier in the chapter, that the relationship between the supervisor and the employee is very important. So the hardest person that I would say to be able to deal with is a supervisor that is non-approachable. Because how am I going to be able to get the necessary information, the necessary tools to be successful within the organization? Who better knows the organization than the supervisor that I'm reporting to? In my case, she is actually the vice president of strategic initiatives or something like that. But having a close knit relationship with my direct report is extremely important. And if I don't have a good relationship, then essentially I'll be lost, and I'll probably have a lot of anxiety. What can I do to resolve the issue? Well, I think the best thing to resolve the issue with any relationship is to schedule a meeting. And I think for me, I wouldn't jump the gun and say, okay, it seems as though there's an issue. I would essentially just say, hey, how is my performance? And if she states or he states, oh, you're doing fine, then I would probably say, well, can you give me a little more concrete? What are some of the things I need to work on to try to, um, maybe using open ended questions to try to get that conversation flowing? Um, what has research shown to be the traits a good social worker needs to have in order to engage its client? Well, it did mention in chapter 6, I believe it talked about dependability and trust. That's very important. I know in my case, as a family advocate for non-residents, um, I have to keep in contact and make sure that our participants of the Family Scholar House program um, stay up to date on their trainings. And I need to make sure that they know, number one, that I'm here for them for any issues that may arise, and that I'm here for support and to offer them resources. If I ghost on them and I say I'm going to call them back but don't, that's going to build trepidation among our relationship and lack of trust, which will not bode well for me, because they essentially won't feel as though I am a advocate for them. So that's something that I am definitely going to be working on. As a matter of fact, I need to make some phone calls tomorrow, and I will be building some relationships. So that is my answer, and I hopefully everyone has a good night.